Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Killshot here, and today we're going to be going over the Diana R22. Diana is a company based out of Germany. I believe they specialize in making airsoft guns and also some other items. This gun was released previously in a banner under Webley and Scott, and a gun I believe called the EcoSet 22. I found this gun on Cabela's browsing, and I was looking at it for quite a while, but I was not too sure whether or not I should pull the trigger. Looking at the reviews of the Webley Scott, which this gun was based of, it performed very well in the reviews, but people did say they had a trouble with some two nuts coming loose in the barrel here, and after a while the gun would just not engage when you pull the trigger. That being said, I was really interested in this gun because it comes with a lot of features standard at a very decent price point. So this gun right here is a mid-range price point. It retails for about $4.99 Canadian. On sale, you can get it for about 50 cents, $50 off. To compare to the competition, the cheapest gun you're looking at is a Savage Mark II, I believe. And on the pricier end, you got the Ruger Target Rimfire and also the CZ457 as well, obviously. The purpose for getting this gun, for me, I just wanted a trainer. I didn't really want to spend something too expensive, like in the $1,000 range, because I'm just going to be using it as a trainer. In the future, I do plan on or hope to compete in RL22, and when that time comes, perhaps I will upgrade this gun. But for now, I just want to work on my fundamentals, and this gun right here appealed to me as a great option because it comes with a lot of features at a great price point. Alrighty, so let's jump into it. So we'll start off with the gun and what it comes with. So first of all, it comes with one magazine here. This magazine, it is polymer, but it's a very solid magazine. It's very sturdy, no issues at all. Spring is pretty good. Never had any stuck issues. No problems at all with the magazine. Good to go. Being such a niche gun, you will not have any options to purchase any more magazines, unfortunately. I'm not really looked into too much, but I'm guessing it's going to be very hard to source these magazines. This gun is manufactured by Blue Line Solutions, so perhaps you can contact them about getting any more magazines. But, you know, for the purpose of using this gun, it's just a bench rest rifle, so I don't mind reloading after every 10 shots. Getting into the details of the gun, first and most important feature to me is a carbon fiber barrel. So me, I am a car guy, so if I see any carbon fiber, any guns or anything, I'm sold, you know, I'm in. Game on, baby. So I like the carbon fiber barrel here. It is carbon fiber wrapped, so you do get all the benefits of a heavy barrel with reduced weight. This barrel is very nice looking. The carbon fiber is very durable. I've had no issues at all with any kind of peeling, any kind of wear. I do treat my guns very well, so I mean it's not been getting dinged up on anything, but it is a very durable carbon fiber. I enjoy the carbon fiber a lot. It really adds to the look of the gun. Very aesthetically pleasing. On the end of the gun here, we do have a threaded muzzle. So being in Canada, unfortunately, I'm not allowed silencers because silencers are bad and you can kill people without them knowing that they're dead, I guess. So we can't have silencers in Canada. But being in Europe or America, you can't put a silencer on there. In Canada, I could put a muzzle brake on there, but I mean, being a 22 rifle, I don't want to spend money on a muzzle brake unless I want it to look cool. But that's a nice feature there. You do get a muzzle brake. In the package, you do get this adapter here. So I'm not familiar with using muzzle brakes or silencers, but I'm guessing there's some kind of washer or some kind of spacer or something that you can attach onto the gun after you install something on there. So if I were to put it on there solo, it honestly does not fill up the whole thread in there. So it looks like that's what that's for. Moving back here, we do have an integrated Picatinny rail. Very good rail. It's got about 10 slots. You can put cantilever mounts on there, no problem. I've done that myself. The bolt here, moving further back. Bolt is very smooth, very solid. It feels good. It was kind of stiff in the beginning when I was using it, but once it breaks in, it's a very nice bolt. Length of pull is obviously short for a 22, but the bolt is very nice. Safety, very basic. Push this in. Safety engaged. Just like that. Now, like I did say, this I think is based off the CZ452 bolt mechanism, but I'll have to look into that a bit more. And now let's get to the trigger. So basically, the only thing I don't like about this gun is the trigger. The trigger is very heavy. To be honest with you, it feels like a centerfire trigger. So here, I'll kind of demonstrate it. So the trigger It's a very long trigger. It feels very sturdy, like a lot of my 22 rifles that I've owned just have very small little plastic triggers. This I believe is a metal trigger, so it honestly feels like a centerfire gun from my personal experience.
Alright guys, I gotta jump in here with a quick edit. So after looking at the manual, there was a small section about adjusting the trigger. So it turns out you have to take the barreled action out of the stock, and then there's a screw that you can adjust there under the trigger spring to make it lighter. When I put it back in the stock and tried it out a few times, it does take away the creep in the travel, but it's not necessarily much noticeably lighter. So I'll take it out to the range in a couple of days and update my findings in the description.
And that is my only gripe with this gun, the very heavy trigger. If it was light and there was no point of engagement, like I'm used to shooting Savage Accu triggers and my other centerfire, my other centerfire triggers, I can do them light. So even though there's no point of engagement and it's a single stage, I don't have to put too much effort. But the only downside about this gun is the trigger. It's quite a learning curve because it's very heavy, especially a 22 bull gun where there's not a lot of forgiveness. It's a very light bullet, so if you screw up or you pull a little bit, bullet's gonna go flying everywhere and you'll not get good shots. When I got this gun, I was very annoyed and disappointed in the beginning because my shots I just wasn't shooting, I wasn't hitting right. And then I figured out like the trigger issue, and I realized when I should be pulling the trigger. When I got used to it, my groups did get better. The one thing about getting a niche little gun like this is there's no aftermarket parts. Maybe there is some interchangeability, but there is zero information about this gun, which is why I wanted to kind of get and make a review and just put the information out there because in Canada, I think this is a very good option. And if it were to get more popular and some kind of aftermarket, which I really doubt will ever happen, but that's the one bad thing I would say about this gun is the trigger. Besides that, once you get used to that, the barrel is very accurate. So me, if I'm gonna try out a new company or explore with a new gun manufacturer, something like that, I want to focus. I wouldn't mind taking a risk with a company if they're known for barrels or precision shooting or something like that. So Diana is known for making good shooting guns, albeit not centerfire or not powder, not like real guns. I mean, but they are known for precision and making good barrels in the PCP air rifle world. So if I'm taking a risk with these guys, with this platform here, I prefer that they at least know how to do precision and know how to do barrels. And if the rest of the stuff is not the greatest, as long as the gun shoots, I'm happy. And what I can say about this gun is it does indeed definitely shoot. And I've been pretty happy with the results so far. Moving further back, let's talk about the stock. The stock obviously is a polymer stock, but it is a very nice stock. Macmillan kind of style stock. The in terms of ergonomics, so it is extremely ergonomic. This stock. One thing I hate about guns in 22, or at least rifles, is technology has come so far, and we can literally shape this stock in any way we want. I don't understand why rifle manufacturers, like let's say the Ruger 22, keep putting out the same plain old shape with no zero ergonomic thought into it and pumping that stuff in 2022. If you can make this stock in any shape, and it's not really going to cost you any more money in manufacturing. Why not make it a nice stock? Why not give it some kind of feature, some kind of something different, something that stands out a little bit instead of just a plain old Ruger 1022 stock. That's one of the reason I like this gun because the stock is a very nice stock. It's ergonomic. You can kind of put your thumb up here. It's hard to I can't demonstrate it right now, but you can kind of put your ergonomically feels very good. However you want to hold it, and it's a very good stock. Again, with the stock, it's got some color on it. It's OD green. It's not just a plain old boring black stock. And lastly, aesthetically, this gun looks very good. It's a very nice looking gun, aesthetically pleasing. And me, I care about aesthetics quite a bit. So another reason why I went this route. Moving further back, the trigger guard, it is polymer by the feels of it. The trigger guard is polymer. Once again, being such a niche product, you will not be able to get any kind of aftermarket stocks or anything. No Boyd stocks, not like that. If you could get this in a Boyd stock, that would be unbelievable, or any kind of chassis, but the price you pay for going niche. Looking down on the stock here, it comes with a Picatinny mount here, and it comes with a sling mount over here on the rear of the gun. sling mount once again. So you can add a sling and a bipod if you wish. When I first got this gun, I did add a bipod on the sling mount here because I didn't have a Picatinny bipod attachment that was free. They're all my other guns. So when you do put the bipod on the sling mount here, it kind of slants and it kind of looks weird and funny. So if you want to put a bipod, you kind of do have to use this Picatinny mount here. But that's not a big deal, of course. And you can still use a sling mount. So this gun is honestly a very, very good gun. It's a great gun. At the bottom here, you do have two bolts to take the gun apart, I assume. So eventually, maybe I will take this apart and kind of look at the trigger spring there and see what I can do. At the bottom here, you have a little pad there, no branding stamp. And on the back, you have a very nice buttstock. The buttstock is rubberized. It feels very good, very solid. 22, so obviously you don't have to worry about recoil. But it's a very nice buttstock right there. And that's the gun. Looking at the gun, we do have some writing here. So this gun is distributed by Blue Line Solutions in Penderdale, Washington, I believe. It's made in Germany. There we have the caliber and the serial code right there. And then obviously the bolt. So when I did get this gun, I did have only one issue with it, which it was having some kind of feeding problems, especially with bullets with some hard wax on it. So I did have some S&B bullets, and they had a very strong wax, and they were kind of getting jammed up when I try and engage the bolt. That went away, I would say, about after 2 range trips. I wasn't encountering that problem anymore. With the bolt, I just do a very light coat of oil. I don't really overdo it. The person I did buy this from had a bunch of wax on it. I wiped that off, just put a little bit of oil on there. And then after that little feeding issue, it kind of solved itself out. I just used the gun like in 2 range trips, kind of went away. Besides that, the gun has been excellent. To recap, great gun, barrel is good, trigger is heavy, but once you get used to it, you can shoot all day. And that pretty much wraps it up for the brief overview here. The barrel is free floating barrel. The bolt handle is also very solid. I like this very nice bolt handle. I've had a couple of Savage Axis that have, much worse bolt handles than this. It's nice, solid. It's got some engraving on there. Good to grab. My Savage Axis bolt handle is like trash compared to this one. So props on the bolt handle. It's smooth. My Brigara bolt handle, it just keeps getting loose every time you use it. So this bolt handle, compared to what I'm used to, that's a very nice bolt handle right there. That pretty much wraps everything up, guys, and then so we'll get into the shooting portion of the video. Thanks for watching.